Hello and welcome to my scrap mechanic video about my combination lock. So I have these 9 switches on the side and they're connected up to a bunch of logic gates over there, and the door will only open when the right combination has been inputted and enough time has passed so the logic can pass through the gates, and if I change any one of these it'll close. So it'll open and close just because it was briefly at the right combination. And so how this works is these 9 switches are connected to these 3 and these 3, or these 6 logic gates here, and these are XNOR gates. So they only activate when they have 2 zeros as an input or 2 ones as an input. So basically, if this switch here and that switch there are both off, it outputs a 1. If that switch there and that switch here is on, it'll output a 1. Anything else, and it'll turn off. So basically, all this logic can be hidden anywhere farther away from the door as long as it's part of the same structure because of how the wiring works, which is really convenient. So you have this sort of master switch back here, I guess, which you can input whatever combination you want. So I could just do a diagonal like that, and then I'd have to go over here and fix that, and it'll eventually open. So this is very easy to reprogram because just whatever pattern you want to be your code, you input it here, and you could like set this back to all 0, and someone would have to guess what your code would be from scratch, and there's a lot of possible combinations with this, so that would be very difficult to do. And so the output of these 9 XNOR gates just goes into a triple input AND gate here, triple input AND gate here, triple input AND gate here, and then the output of those all get ANDed together. So you need to have all 9 logic gates outputting a 1 for this guy to output a 1. Anything else and it'll be 0, and then that sensor right there just goes to the control box, which turns the bearing, which opens the door. So it's quite simple, pretty easy to make. The XNOR gates are just a little L shape with the control boxes, and they rotate at 45 degrees for the bearings, so that way one rotation will uncover the sensor and a second rotation will recover it. So that'll be the case when both switches is on. I made one over here. It's slightly more compact, I guess. So I used this to be a 9 input AND gate. So as you can see, as I turn these switches on, I believe it's set to be, they all have to be on. You can see it kind of rotates part of the way, and you need all 9 bearings to turn for it to activate and opens the door. Yeah, so this one is not as easy to program because you don't just have a set of switches that are nice and laid out identically to just compare them to. This you'd have to go and change the initial conditions of these circuits over here. So if I change there's 4 on, so there's 5 off. So if I open this up and I set the initial rotation to 90, you can see that it would start it covered, and then if I rotate, I believe that's this one here, it should rotate past, or is that a different one? That's the one at the back, so I think it's this second last one here. Yeah, so now it's uncovered. So doing it this way is a little bit more annoying because you have to, first of all, remember which one of these corresponds to which thing over there, and you have to go in and change the initial conditions of the sensor rather than just flipping a few switches. But this just is a little bit more of a compact way to do it because you could put these control boxes over here which control the bearings in here. You could just move them on top of there, and you can move this closer or put it like on a wall or something. It'd be slightly more compact than this mess over here. And yeah, so that's how my combination locks work. Thank you. Bye.